Do you want to hear your podcast, music, or product advertised on our show? Well, you are in luck because we are looking for sponsors on the Cheesy Gordita Bunch podcast.
That's right. There's a spot at our table for you. Just send us an email at CheesyGorditaBunchPod@gmail.com and reserve a spot on our podcast. We salute you, Bell Nation, and we can't wait to meet you.
Let's get this going.
Yeah, well, welcome to the show. I'm your host, Nick Ortiz. This is the Cheesy Gordita Bunch's first brunch.
Yeah, Cheesy Gordita Bunch Crunch Brunch.
Yeah. We are sipping mimosas with my co-host, Devin Hanley, and you can't forget the olives on top of this enchilada. Jordan, Cravin, Krenek. What up, Jordy?
Jordy.
Let's go.
Jordan, I wouldn't be, that one I don't think was the most flattering. Being an olive? Yeah, olives are my least favorite thing at Taco Bell, I think.
Yeah, they're nasty grapes.
Yeah, they are. They're
nasty grapes.
They're disgusting, oily grapes.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Well,
yeah, I mean, it's okay. You know, olives, you know, they're, I think they're pretty good for you, right? Isn't it like good for your skin and good for your body?
I have no idea.
I think if you rub them on your skin, it's good. I don't know if you eat them. I don't know. I always think.
I'm pretty sure. I think it's how the Greeks, you know, they survived on olives, you know?
Yeah. I guess. I don't know. The reason why I don't like olives is because one of my first jobs, I worked at Quiznos. And my assistant manager paid me like $20 to drink a whole like glass of olive juice.
Oh man!
Oh yeah!
I just threw up in my mouth.
Oh yeah, and it was warm olive juice because you don't keep those like in refrigerators, right?
Oh dude!
Yeah. After that, I was like, I've never had an olive since.
Dude.
Oh bro, so nasty.
Well, being like, so I think that is a really great way to have anything ruined for you. Like if you're a young guy and somebody dares you to like take it for me it was like caper juice. I remember like one time like somebody dared me to
that's fucking disgusting.
To drink like caper broth and I haven't been able to eat capers since then. Like it's the traumatized you know.
And capers and olives are basically the same thing. Like they're like not basically the same thing, but they taste similar. They're like salty little fucking green things.
Yeah. Anyway, wow, we thought we were gonna have anything to talk about on this episode. We just fucking spent 5 minutes on olives.
Yeah. Now, sorry, I've been drinking this mimosa. Now, today we're talking about the beloved Cheesy Gordita Crunch in our first of many episodes on Bell Nation's favorite items. So, if you do have a specific item you'd like to hear about, and of course, if it has enough history behind it, just DM us. You know, and who knows, we may be able to do an episode on it.
Can I just say I'm so glad that we're here at the Cheesy Gordita Crunch. I mean, if there was any place to start this series, I think this is the menu item to do it. You know, in previous episodes, I've told you, Bell Nation, that not only is this my favorite item at Taco Bell, this is my favorite fast food item in general across the board.
That's true.
So I'm really stoked to be.
Yeah, the Cheesy Gordita Crunch. It's a staple. It's a staple in the Taco Bell community.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like the American flag, you know, of menu items. I mean, you just can't have CB without it.
Facts.
And it's essential.
I would definitely say that the Cheesy Gordita Crunch is in the DNA of Taco Bell now. You know what I mean? Like
That's
the
good.
crunchy taco, like the soft taco, eat like the Crunchwrap Supreme.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you think of Taco Bell, you think Cheesy Gordita Crunch.
If Bell Nation had a Bill of Rights, the Cheesy Gordita would be like the Second Amendment.
It would be written on a Gordita.
Yeah, exactly. It would be the Second Amendment, the right to bear Gordita Crunch.
No.
It's just so deeply ingrained in the history of this great nation that we're gonna pay respect today.
Yeah, fuck yeah, we are. No, but first.
Live from the Cheesy Gordita Bunch newsroom in Austin, Texas, this is Talk O' the Town with your hosts, Jordan, Nick, and Devin.
Joanne Fantozzi with Nation's Restaurant News reported Yum brand would cut greenhouse gas emissions by 46% before the end of the decade. And we're already a year into this bitch, and they're saying by 2030, 46% will be cut, and then by 2050, they're aiming for 0. Yeah, now
this is good stuff.
This is good stuff. Yeah, this is good stuff.
These are some big promises for the Yum brand to deliver.
Yeah.
So let's see how it happens.
But the Yum brand, they do deliver. Quite literally. I'll order pizza and they'll deliver it.
I release enough fucking greenhouse gas after one visit to Taco Bell. They're gonna have to make me illegal.
Tons of methane coming from Devin.
They're gonna have to put some fucking restrictions on my ass.
Fix-It Felix cosplayer Yum brand CEO David Gibbs actually said,
"We believe in the collective power of Yum and our brands to make a positive impact, and that holds true when it comes to creating a healthier future for our customers, communities, and the environment." It sounded like that was like the neighbor from Rocco's Modern Life.
Yeah. Now, Yum brand put out their plan to go more green, and those plans include moving 11 restaurants around the world, including the ones in Australia, to renewable resources.
Wait, moving 11?
Yeah. No, excuse me. My bad. Moving 1,000 restaurants. Yeah, they're moving 1,000 restaurants, including the ones in Australia, to renewable energy resources by the end of this year. And in December, the Carbon Disclosure Project gave Yum brand an A- in climate and water sustainability.
Man, where the fuck is that
applause? That's a pretty good scale there. That's a pretty good rating. A-. It's not bad. I mean, considering they didn't even make it a point to do this ahead of time, or they didn't make it a point to this is new is what I'm saying. So the fact that this is new, these have been doing a lot of things pretty good, right?
See, I disagree. The only reason why is because we've known about climate change for about 50 years now. You know what I mean? And I feel like Yum brand is a brand that is they're futurists. You know what I mean? And for them to just barely now aim for 0 emission, that's kind of shitty.
I'm gonna hard disagree that Yum is futurist.
You don't believe so?
I don't.
I think Taco Bell. I think Taco Bell is a great brand to look at for if you want to look at how Yum brand is a futurist, looking into the future type brand.
So what does Yum brand encompass? It has
Pizza Hut, Long John Silver's, A&W, Taco
KFC,
Bell, KFC.
Taco Bell.
Yeah.
KFC, yeah.
So once again, I hate to be the cynic. I hate to be the cynic on this show, but when I hear all that, the first thing that comes to my mind isn't that Yum brand is a super woke. Their first priority. That's true. That's really fair. Their first priority is not to preserve the sanctity of planet Earth. That is not what I think their main goal is. But I think that because of the pressure amounting when it comes to climate change and how we kind of view the environment these days, that I think it's a necessary PR move for any
obviously
huge
they have to do it. They have to do it. If they don't, they're gonna Greenpeace is coming for their ass. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If they don't, somebody's gonna be on their ass. And I'd like to think that Taco Bell's actually wants to, maintain good relationships. It seems like they handle stuff pretty good for the most part.
Yeah.
So for me, I don't know. I mean, I don't think they're progressive, world-changing, culture-shifting, company. But but I don't know. I think it's a good thing. I mean, I don't know. I feel good about it. I think it's cool.
See, one of the issues, and the reason why I'm also being pretty cynical about this is because in the article or in the press release, they didn't mention doing anything in the U.S. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
I feel like changing something in the U.S. Does a lot for the brand. You know what I mean? Just considering that most of their stores, most of Yum brand stores are in the U.S. You know what I mean? And whenever we did the horse meat story, they had three fucking stores in the UK. You know what I mean? Let's see some meaningful change in the US if we want to talk about Yum brand, doing this amazing thing.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, I'm gonna co-sign you on that because America has such a huge influence on the rest of the world that if they do things here, it can influence other companies, and then obviously like other companies being influenced, as we unfortunately know, means legislation will change.
Yeah.
And then that can genuinely like affect the rest of the planet. So that's actually, I'm gonna co-sign that. That's a really good point.
Yeah, and actually, was it last year we had reported that the Mexican pizza was going away because Taco Bell thought the packaging, like, it gave too much trash, right? Well, we do have an insider in Taco Bell, in Bell Nation's guts. Her name is Crunchwrap Chris. What up? Thank you for listening. And she actually reports that later this year, the Mexican pizza is going to return.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
So it's been really interesting being on a Taco Bell podcast and kind of getting an insight to how these items kind of recur, come out. It's pretty interesting, Taco Bell. I'm a little dubious about their quote-unquote cancellation of items because from what I've seen, there's a few months that go by where the kind of the hubbub dies down, and then boom, they bring that shit back.
Yeah.
If you're an objective person who goes to Taco Bell, it might feel like 10 years. But if you listen to our show and you track our show, it's only a few months at a time, folks.
Yeah, and nacho fries are coming back in July. But I do just want to touch back on this Mexican pizza stuff. What does that say about the packaging? If they discontinued, or at least that's what they had reported, they discontinued the Mexican pizza because of the packaging. What does that mean? Are they going to change it? Like, how are they going to change it?
So you think that them limiting the amount of cardboard that goes out with each item, you think that's correlated to their whole environmental kind of change?
I don't think that they do.
Well, that's why they said they canceled it last time, was because it was like the products were super. The container that it came in was wasteful. Yeah.
But Taco Bell hasn't made any other strives to limit, you know what I mean, the waste going out. I got a shit ton of sauce packets. Thank you, but I mean now you can buy them at the stores, the bottles at the stores, you know. And
thank you, but fuck you. What are you trying to destroy the earth? Yum.
I want my kids to have Taco Bell. You know what I mean? And they can't do that. They can't do that. If fucking Taco Bell is just giving you little cardboard pieces with your Doritos Locos that says Doritos Locos on it.
I want my kids.
Bro, that's so funny.
I want my kids
trying to explain to your child what a Mexican pizza is. A world with no Mexican pizzas. Terrible, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that's what we're gonna start a canvassing group just to bring back the Mexican pizza and to make Taco Bell more green. Now, but yeah, that's just some insight that's come in. And again, thank you to Crunchwrap Chris for that amazing insight. And of course, again, they are releasing some special items. I hear the Grande, I think it's called the Grande Crunch Wrap, is coming back. It's going to be like a double layer crunch wrap.
Oh,
yeah. She gave me some good stuff. So Bell Nation's finest.
Chris, you're the truth.
Yeah, Bell Nation's finest. You know, if you're on the front lines and you have some juicy deets on some new items coming out, hit us up. You know, let us know.
Yeah. Also, thank you to everybody also in Bell Nation who listens to this show while they work at Taco Bell.
Yes.
We want to give you a shout out. If you're listening to this right now at work, you know, bless your heart. You are there on the front lines for us. So thank you, and I hope you're listening.
Yeah.
We love you. We love you.
Yes, and of course, please follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Twitter. All you have to do is search Cheesy Gordita Bunch, and you'll find us. And of course, please leave us a review on iTunes and on our Facebook. And just of course, only if it's a 5-star, no 4 stars, no 3 stars. Okay, only 5 stars.
And if we see a 2-star, we're gonna find you.
Yeah.
So. Quick question about the about like the 1,000 locations. What was with the including Australia? Like, why would Australia not be included? Like, I don't understand. Like, why?
That's why I had an issue with it, and that's why I was like, why not mention the U.S.? You're fucking mentioning Australia?
I wonder though. Yeah. Here's what I also wonder. I
wonder. Land, yeah.
I wonder if these if Yum Brand is just once again if Yum Brand is just saying this as a PR move, because I feel like most other countries have an actual standard of like environmental protection in their society. That makes a lot of sense. So like they probably needed to do this to stay open in a lot of these countries, but fucking Yum just found a way to make it look like they're, all hippied out now.
Oh my God. I wish the fucking sound effects were here. We're going to put post sound effect applause.
Yeah.
Because those are big facts. Yeah. Because the U.S. really hasn't done anything when it comes to like greenhouse emissions. Like Biden had that meeting with like, I guess, prominent like leaders in the U.S. or whatever. But like, you're absolutely right. There's no actual like legislation making sure that these companies take care of that waste or like make it more renewable.
I think that's very telling. Where do you know where you read this?
Yeah. I give the source. It was Nation's Restaurant News.
What nation? So that's my question. It's like if this isn't an American publication, then it is totally fucking Yum masturbation. All they're doing is exactly. You don't need to get me started. This is no way. This is a national publication that in no way affects anybody in America.
That's my new podcast name, Yum Masturbation.
Yum Masturbation.
We talk about everything yum.
Yeah. Click on it. You might not want to click on Yum Masturbation when you see it on Spotify, but it's actually a pretty funny show.
All I know, even if the motive's a little off here, okay, even if it's their hand is being forced, which is part of the narrative that I'm getting here. Even if things aren't like because they really, really love climate change, and they want to be like advocates for doing the right thing. The fact that they are moving in this direction, I can appreciate. Even if those things aren't perfect, okay, even if we don't like them, I totally get it. But
Jordan, I think it's good. You always know how to look on the bright side of Bell Nation.
You are just a silver lion.
Taco Bell, are you listening? Your boy needs a follow on Instagram. All right,
maybe your boy not all of us. Get at me.
Your boy 112.
Yeah.
Okay.
BOI, that is. But yeah, I mean, I think 2050 is like this marker that everybody is like aiming at. Yeah. And if Taco Bell is legit going to be zero emissions by 2050, that will actually make a huge difference.
Because that would make a humongous difference.
Thousands of locations. So this is an overall win.
We look into the future. 50 years into the future, the world is just like one big Yum Brand utopia. like it's been a really great year in the year of Yum. I don't know. I just see like Yum Brand and this whole revolution is about to take off.
Well, I think we should just jump on in.
Fuck yeah. It's time to get
today's topic. And again, we're talking about the Cheesy Gordita Crunch. And before we dive into like the history and the variations of the Cheesy Gordita Crunch, I think we should talk about our own personal gushes. And actually, I'll go first. And let me pull my.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is a first. This is a first for us. We're gonna eat Cheesy Gordita Crunches live on the show.
Yeah.
So what you're gonna be hearing right now is like real reactions to America's 20th favorite fast food item, or my number one. I don't know what number it falls, general public, but let's dig in.
Oh my God.
That's what Yum masturbation sounds like. That's what the show is.
Oh, bro.
All right. Who goes first?
I can go first. All right. Now, I hadn't had the Cheesy Gordita Crunch until I started doing this show. Before we did this show, I was a Crunchwrap Supreme guy, or I was a Gordita guy. You know what I mean? Like those were my favorite meals. Now, I gotta say, Cheesy Gordita Crunch is such a fucking game changer. It is so good. It has that nice pita bread on the outside, and when it's warm, it just feels so good. It leaves that little bit of flour. You know what I mean? Like little flour on your fingers. Now, what I did I changed out...
It's sensual.
Yeah.
It's sensual.
It is. I changed out the regular hard shell taco for a Doritos Loco taco.
Such a good move.
Bad boy's hitting. For real.
Hitting different.
I totally see why people love it. You know, unlike the bread of the gordita, not the gordita, of the chalupa, it's not hard. You know what I mean? Like, you don't get those jagged parts. It's just a soft bread, and the contrast between the hard taco and the soft bread, sublime. Mm-hmm. Sublime.
Yeah. Well, for me, the Cheesy Gordita Crunch is just the absolute kind of antithesis, or it's the absolute epitome of a textural experience. Now, when I was a boy, finding my way through food and culinary decisions, I knew from like day one that I was a textural person. That whenever I ate something that had kind of like, that had a nice balance of two different kinds of textures, that I think that's amazing. The Cheesy Gordita Crunch is the most textural experience you will have at Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Because it is like equal parts soft and chewy, but it's got that classic crunch in there. And I don't know, the pepper jack sauce, whatever that shit is that they put in between.
It's spicy ranch now.
It's spicy ranch now.
Yeah.
That's
ranch,
the magic for me, and all of them married together. And I just remember like when the Cheesy Gordita Crunch first came out, I was like sold right off the bat. I remember seeing a commercial for it on TV and being like, "Oh my god, that looks
Cheweezy."
Yeah, that Cheweezy.
Yeah,
yeah. That was the fucking ad. Yeah. I think we're going to talk about that in the show, but yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Devin.
But yeah, that's my stance on it. That's how I feel about it.
So I was going to echo what you two both said, which is like the texture is fantastic, right? Like the outside. Like the pita bread that you said, Nick, is like, that's it. Like, that helps. It's so soft, but it's like, it's just that crunch in the inside. I mean, changes the game. You know me. I'm all about the texture. So for me, like, the contrast in it and the balance, having both, it just creates this awesome experience, right? So that's the first thing, is like the contrast in those coming together. It's like sweet and salty, you know. It just works. Works. And then I was gonna say what Devin said, which is the sauce. The sauce is like, did they use it on like anything else?
Yeah, I'm sure they do. I mean, I'd have to look at it, but yeah, the spicy ranch sauce is, it's actually what I almost put on all my customized items.
Okay, yeah, like that shit is banging. And it's kind of like what makes it really different from the other items. And so that sauce like really like just gets the flavor really right. So the texture and the flavor is hitting, and overall should be hitting different.
So I think you can hear this, that we are all huge fans.
Oh yeah.
Of this item. This is like a very fundamental part of the Taco Bell experience. And if you haven't had one,
it's Taco Bell's #1 rated item.
Yeah.
For a reason.
Yeah, and you know, while writing this episode, I wrote Cheesy Gordita Bunch so many times when I meant to write Cheesy Gordita Crunch. Like, I had to go back and change it so many times. Now, you can't talk about the Cheesy Gordita Crunch and Taco Bell without talking about, without acknowledging its roots. You know what I mean? Now, I'm going to call it the Cheesy Gordita, but the gordita is a Mexican pastry made out of masa, which is just ground, nixtamalized corn, split, stuffed with cheese, meat, or other fillings. And a lot like the American counterpart, it can be eaten all times of the day. So they have, breakfast gorditas, all types of gorditas. But I'd say the biggest difference between the Cheesy Gordita and the regular gordita is this isn't stuffed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's a flat pita bread wrapped around a taco.
Yeah. I'm going to say this. I like a traditional gordita.
Oh, yeah.
From like a real deal Mexican restaurant. But this is one of those instances where I prefer Taco Bell's interpretation of the gordita over an actual authentic
Totally
gordita.
Fair. I think that is totally fair.
I'm with it.
Yeah, I'm with it. The reason is just because Taco Bell has done so much to make it different. You know what I mean? Like, they're almost incomparable. The only thing that makes them the same is the name.
Yeah.
Now, the name Gordita itself, it technically means like chubby. Girl. Yeah.
Because makes sense.
Yeah, well, because
no, it's little chubby girl, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
because
next time I go to Taco Bell, I'm going to be like, "Hi, can I get a cheesy chubby girl crunch, please?"
Yeah, no,
that's coming right up.
Because Spanish is a gendered language. Yeah. So it technically means little chubby girl. So my Instagram handle is cheesy chubby girl Nick.
So the next time you see a little sign that says "No fat chicks," remember, gorditas aren't allowed either. I guess no fat chicks, no gorditas, no crunching.
Now
I'll keep that in mind the next time I see a no fat chick sign.
I know. What is this? 2005?
Like,
You mean a Todd Phillips fucking movie?
That's what I was thinking of, honestly.
Now Taco Bell introduced the Gordita in 1998, along with one of my favorite Taco Bell campaigns. The remember the Taco Bell Chihuahua dressed up as Che Guevara? I got him right here.
Oh, there he is.
Where he utters the famous "Viva Gordita," and a lot like its successor, it was a major success for Taco Bell. And Bell Nation had Gordita fever.
I don't think I've actually ever had a Taco Bell Gordita by its lonesome.
Really?
No.
Dude, they used to have they were some specialty Gorditas that had come out. There was also I want to say double Gordita, where it was I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it's like a long Gordita, almost like a sandwich.
Can you order that?
No wonder.
Can you still order a Gordita at Taco Bell?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Yeah, they have
plain
chicken.
Gordita?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, I feel like I get them.
Give me a
bit.
cheesy Gordita Crunch minus the crunch. It'd be fucking delicious as well.
Now, I would say the two items again are only similar in name. Let me just describe the cheesy Gordita Crunch. So. Now, the Gordita, if you're not familiar with it, like Devin, for some reason, the Gordita is just a flat bread folded into a taco, stuffed with beef in the middle, topped with lettuce, cheese, and sour cream. It's simply, to put it simple, it's just a flatbread taco. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then in 2001, Big Bell actually introduced an instant classic, what we've been talking about this entire time, the light upon the hill, the Cheesy Gordita Crunch. Now, I want to break down the Cheesy Gordita Crunch for those who haven't had the opportunity to try it. It's also a flatbread gordita with 3 cheese blend in the middle, wrapped around a crunchy taco, and it was originally topped with spicy pepper jack sauce, but now, of course, it's topped with spicy ranch.
That's a good
Can we
move.
still get this spicy pepper jack sauce, though, if we want?
No, they actually don't have that sauce anymore.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, the sauces they have.
Because I don't think I had it. I never had it when it was a spicy pepper jack sauce.
Neither did I. I think Devin's the only one who's had it with the spicy pepper jack sauce.
He's so much older than us. He just has such an advantage.
I don't even know if I have.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if that, when did they switch from spicy pepper jack to spicy ranch? Do we know?
That wasn't really that clear.
Okay.
But.
So I've probably had both. I'm a generational Taco Bell guy, so it was the 90s, the 2000s, 2010s, 2020s. So I've had them all.
Yeah.
So
1980s, 1970s, 60s.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
turning
60.
Sense.
I'm turning 60 this year. Somehow, Taco Bell's fountain of youth.
Yeah, that Baja Blast. So like I had said, it was an instant hit. And in one article, they actually called Cheesy Gordita Crunch fans Cheesy G lovers. And they really tried to make that one stick. But people loved it because it combined Bell Nation's 2 favorite things, the fluffy, warm texture of the gordita and the obviously the crunchy taco, which is actually Taco Bell's #1 selling item. And that's why I feel like they always just give that shit away.
Yeah.
Now, before it became a staple, a lot like the nacho fries, it would actually come and go off of the menu. And after it was introduced in 2001, It actually went away for a couple of years and then was reintroduced back in 2006 to major fanfare.
So it went off in 2001. It went off. 9/11 happened. The Iraq War happened. A bunch of terrible shit happened when the Cheesy Gordita Bunch or fucking Cheesy Gordita Crunch left the menu. Is what we're seeing here.
Yeah, and then again, it came back in 2006, and that's when Taco Bell created the word Crunch Wheezy. Yeah, it's so hard to pronounce for me. But yeah, and that's when Big Bell actually put out a contest for the cheesiest pickup line. Now the winner would get $1,000 and a chance to win a year's worth of Taco Bell, which actually only valued to about $350 Taco Bell bucks.
What? That's it?
That's such bullshit. That is but such
bullshit.
I know. I was actually going to calculate how much I've spent on Taco Bell this month, but I didn't want Nora to hear it.
I didn't want Nora to hear it.
But they pick the winner every 4 weeks. That's how much money they have, and they were able to find. I wasn't actually able to find what like the pickup lines that won, but I did reach out to Bell Nation. And, of course, Bell Nation blessed us with some of the cheesiest pickup lines. So let's go ahead and read them now.
I am a huge fan of y'all's podcast. Here's my pickup line that would 100% work on me. Took me a while to muster up the courage, but would you bring my date tonight?
And that was
not bad.
That was Hannah Rose Turner. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Hannah.
Yeah. Thank you, Hannah. We love you. That's funny.
Now, this one's Sabrina Summers. Do you like Star Wars? Because Yoda only won for me.
But not cheesy.
That's too good.
But not cheesy or taco-y. But thank you, Sabrina.
Yeah.
Number 4 was from
Mick Dillon said, I tried to think of a cheesy pickup line, but nothing was good enough. So high.
Oh, shame on you, Mick.
Shame on you. that was funny. Keep it moving.
Callista Dixon says, what has 40 teeth and holds back the Incredible Hulk? My zipper.
Okay. Is that about like is that a shit one or is that like your dick? You know what I mean?
Once again, great pickup line. I don't know if it's Taco Belly enough for $350 a year, but thank you, Callista.
Ryan Hively says, is that a keg in your back pocket? Because I'd love to tap that ass.
And then Robbie Hampson says, are you free tonight? Because I'd like to wrap you like a burrito and Baja Blast your taco.
There we go.
Robbie, laying it on thick for him.
I didn't know he was going to be so
yeah. Well,
hey, Robbie,
for sure won our contest.
Yeah.
Robbie, if she wasn't free, she's free now.
Oh, yeah. And we come with extra cheese.
Oh, boy.
Okay, but as you can see, the Cheesy Gordita Crunch has been a longtime favorite of Bell Nation. And before Taco Bell wanted to settle and make it a main staple, Taco Bell had some fun with it and introduced some variants. Now, the first one came out in 2008 during America's third bacon crave.
Okay. So America had 2 other bacon crazes before then?
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was hilarious, that it was like the third bacon craze.
Oh, yeah, the 90s had one.
The great craze in 96, the great craze of 2000, and then the biggest third craze of 2000, of 08. Of 08.
You don't remember George Bush came out on that aircraft carrier, said mission accomplished, bacon?
That was the bacon craze.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Makes sense now. Man. Now I would...
No, this variant.
It's all coming together.
It's all coming together. Yeah, as soon as Saddam Hussein died, bacon crave happened.
Yeah, and the Cheesy Gordita Crunch came back.
The variant of the Cheesy Gordita Crunch with bacon, it had a 3-cheese blend, the Cheesy Gordita, the Gordita, and of course the crunchy taco. But in the middle of it, with that 3-cheese blend, was that bacon. You can see I put some pictures of the Cheese Gordita Crunch with bacon on it, on the script. It looks all right.
Oh, that's bacon?
Yeah.
Okay, that does not fucking look like bacon. It literally looks like beans that were like got fried too hard.
Yeah, and I mean most people liked it, generally because it's a cheesy gordita crunch. You can't
They
really
liked
fuck
it.
that
They
up.
liked it until they saw this picture.
Yeah, well, it looks like they were skimping on the bacon and the cheese. You know what I mean? Like
Definitely skipping on the cheese. I mean, the cheese is barely touching. Like you see how it's supposed to be gooey, right?
Yeah.
In between the shell and the gordita, but it's like it's only like three touching
strands.
It's only got 3 strands of cheese there. You know, it's like this is. And I don't know. I'm dissatisfied.
It's disappointing. The pictures are disappointing, and literally every picture that I looked up of this cheesy gordita crunch with bacon almost looked exactly like this. You know what I mean? When it was advertised, of course, I had like bacon bursting out of the seams. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
But like right here, it looks like a little sheet of bacon.
It looks like
fucking gross.
it looks like somebody.
Can we just talk about why do fast food restaurants have to do this? Why do they have to do that? Why do they have to pretend so hard, okay? Like they're putting this masterpiece together. Like some master Michelin chef is in the back crafting this food.
James Beard award-winning chef.
Because I think if they
And
actually
it's
were
fucking
like
Josh, who just got out of like 7th period, and he's putting your fucking food together. You know what I mean? It's like, why do they have to do this with every item?
No, and I agree, because they even the bacon that they show on the commercials to what they put in the fucking item is different. You know what I mean? It's like that schoolyard bacon where it's like so thin.
What are they supposed to tell people is like we take an old scab that looks like bacon and we put it in between two, like, I mean, it has to look good at some point, or else this is it.
Yeah,
or else this picture that we're looking
why
at.
is there such a big gap between expectation and reality? That's all I'm saying.
Facts.
But,
That's I'm with you on that. Marketing.
Thank you.
Marketing is it's the devil's work. Okay,
Yeah.
it's the fucking devil's work because they are so good at making it look amazingly delicious.
Because the Yum Corporation cares as much about your health as they do about the environment. By 2050, everything the Yum brand makes will look like it looks in the commercials.
By 2050.
2050.
Bell Nation, that's my pledge to you. As your president in 2036, I pledge that all of their items will look like it does in the commercial. All right, I'm your president, Nick Ortiz.
Even how shitty this looked, I bet it was delicious.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I mean, like, let's be honest. How many times have you gone to Taco Bell and opened it up and just said, this doesn't look anything like the commercial? I've never done that because I know it's not going to look like the commercial because I don't care.
Yeah, no, I only feel that way when I eat Crunchwrap Supremes, which are disappointments now. But the second variant is the double Cheesy Gordita Crunch. Now, the double Cheesy Gordita Crunch is like the regular Cheesy Gordita Crunch, but instead of just the 3-cheese blend, Big Bell added their most infamous item, the beef in the middle with cheese.
Have y'all had that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's amazing. It's so good.
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
A lot.
Yeah, and it was super messy. It's one of those things that you can't eat on the go.
That's exactly what I was going to say. That was the biggest problem that I had with it, was like too much. Too beefy. Definitely sloppy.
I didn't have this one. I know you said it was messy, and I believe you.
Well,
beef spilling out and shit, but
unlike the bacon
I didn't have this one, unfortunately.
This has come back 3 different times since it was introduced back in 2018.
Wow.
Yeah, and most of the reviews were really positive, but the biggest complaint was the presentation.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone said that it was sloppy.
Shocker.
And almost every single picture that I've seen of it, the beef is spilling out. And I'm
so surprised.
Surprised. Yeah, that's one of those instances.
Because in the commercial, the beef looked like it was staying in place.
No, this is one of those instances where they should introduce some of those little cardboard pieces that go over the taco to keep everything in. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need that on our Doritos Locos. We need that on our double Crunch Wrap.
Yeah.
Not our double Cheesy Gordita Crunches.
Thanks.
Well, the last time that this was introduced was at the beginning of 2020. Yeah, with the nacho fries. So as soon as the pandemic hit, this motherfucker hit too.
Boom. Yeah, I mean, I think if you find a recipe that works, if you have a cheesy gordita crunch, like fucking, you're gonna work that shit. You're gonna make that shit into many, many different things. If you find something successful,
so much variety you can do with it.
Like if you find something that works, just make it double, make it fucking bigger, make it better, and you'll have success. That's how I feel about the double cheesy gordita crunch. Like even if it was a little sloppy, I mean, I'm still gonna try it because it's a double version of my fucking favorite fast food item.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it was banging too.
So funny. Look at Taco Bell. So innovative, leading the charge. Pioneers, right? Innovative, creative, inventive. Look at them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, those are big facts. Yeah, you'd be a great vice president if you really wanted to.
Or a great president if you're willing to throw your hat in the ring.
Now,
wink, wink.
What's another good variety? Like a thing that you can make a Crunchwrap into. You know what I mean? Like I'm just thinking of the other items. And honestly, maybe Taco Bell did hit their limit there. You know, I hope I'm wrong. But, like, what else can they introduce to make the Crunchwrap – no, not the Crunch – I keep saying Crunchwrap. The Cheesy Gordita Crunch different. I
think they could do I think they could do a chicken version. They should do, like, a chicken variant.
Really?
Yeah. But you could do chicken now. You could swap the chicken anytime.
Yeah, you can. But what – do you put spicy ranch on it or do you put avocado ranch?
I would honestly – here's what I would
spicy
do.
Ranch.
If I had to hack this – I would make one that was a little bit more healthy. Okay, I would make one that might go on like the Fresca menu. Is that still a thing at Taco Bell?
You can still make it Fresca.
Okay, so I would do like a chicken cheesy gordita crunch with the 3 cheese blend to hold it together, plus pico de gallo or lettuce and tomato.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I never get tomato on shit. Tomatoes.
Taco Bell tomatoes. We should do an episode about those.
Yeah, those little fucking mushy dice.
Yeah, they poisoned a bunch of people too.
Really?
Yeah, I forgot about. Well, we'll talk about that after, because that is a good idea for.
I don't know.
Episode.
I mean, listen. My number one go-to on variants is like what Nick did: slip a Doritos Locos into it, and you're just the experience of what you're eating is 10 times. It's infinitely better.
I like the imagery of slipping it in there, making it sound like a secret. Like, shh, don't tell anyone.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, the other thing that might be would be fire instead of no. You know, this is what I would do though. Also, is instead of the 3 cheese blend. Not that we don't want that. Maybe we could even add that on top of the lettuce. But I think you put the nacho cheese in the middle on top of the beef.
Once again, Jordan just figuring out a way to slip in some nacho cheese.
Let's go.
I feel like then though it may be too like the good thing about the 3 cheese blend is it holds the two together. Where I feel like nacho cheese may have that bad boy slipping and sliding. You know what I mean? Like there's not enough
and sliding.
There's not
so
enough,
much imagery, like Devin said.
I don't know. I feel like with nacho cheese, that adds a little bit of chaos.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You really can't eat that on the go, like you can.
I don't know, man. I really like nacho cheese though. It would be worth it.
Now, the one thing that I noticed about these two variants, they didn't receive the same reception as the regular Cheesy Gordita Crunch. You know, I think that just proves that you can't like if you overcomplicate a complicated item. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're taking
or a simple item. Even.
Yeah, it's like the Die Hard movies. Like
that's
a
good one.
Yeah, you have the first Die Hard movie, which is absolutely classic.
Good cop movie.
Yeah, just an amazing all around great movie. And like you have your Die Hard sequels: Die Hard 2, Die Hard 3, Die Hard 4. They're okay, but they'll never eclipse the
and then you
original
have Die Hard 5,
which is dog shit.
Where John McClane throws a motorcycle into a helicopter.
Oh,
yeah.
That shit was awesome.
I'm trying to remember which one. There was only one Die Hard movie that I didn't like, but there was none that I liked as much as the first one.
Was it the one with
The first one's so good, right? It's so classic.
Yo, the first one is so good.
Yeah.
So, here's what I'll say. Like, I think that I think you're right. You know, sometimes don't fix it if it ain't broke, dude. You listen. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. All right, just let's let that motherfucker roll.
But if you get a double cheesy gordita crunch, you pretty much know what you're in for. You know what I mean? It's not like you're jumping into a whole new different item. Like if you've had the cheesy gordita crunch and you see double cheesy gordita crunch, you know mostly what it's going to be about.
Yeah, exactly.
You know it's coming.
Just like Die Hard 2.
Don't eat it on the go. Okay.
Yeah.
Sit down, maybe at a desk, at a table. You know what I mean? Just don't be walking and trying to eat that because it is essentially a sloppy Joe.
Yeah.
You know?
And if you got to let some carbon emissions out after you're done, don't let the Yum brand know because they might tax you for it.
Now, after all those years of being on and off again on the menu, Taco Bell finally decided to make it a main item.
Came to their senses.
Yeah, Big Bell was so proud of this item that this is what they had to say.
You know how every once in a while there will be that one special comet that everybody decides is important enough to sit in the cold and stare blankly at the sky for at least 10 minutes? The Cheesy Gordita Crunch is that comet. Not unlike that allegedly awesome comet, the Cheesy Gordita Crunch is a rare, special part of the world that's worth taking a moment to appreciate. Not often does a food innovation come along that completely transforms the way we eat. Yet the Cheesy Gordita Crunch has become a lasting staple of our personality as Taco Bell. It is a privilege to witness a culinary phenomenon of this magnitude during our tiny little slice on this planet Earth.
Isn't that nice?
That is a fucking rave review. That
nice?
is, wow, that guy.
That's special.
Yeah.
That's special.
But to me, that just shows you that Taco Bell has recognized, and they've probably known how successful the Cheesy Gordita Crunch will be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I just think that this describes it perfect. A culinary phenomenon of this magnitude during our little tiny slice of life on this earth.
Existential.
What is your life? What empty soulless void are you living in if you haven't had this food item?
No,
you're gonna
right.
die. You're gonna die in your bed. You're gonna be like looking up at your last waking moments on this earth, and you're gonna be like, the Cheesy Gordita Crunch. I never tried it.
Come here. I have something to tell you.
Cheesy Gordita Crunch. So apparently, this is Taco Bell's hubris for you right here. Apparently, this is just the most important thing that has happened to the culinary world.
Yeah.
Ever.
And just like Big Bell, Bell Nation's love for the Cheesy Gordita Crunch has remained, and it's made itself a bestseller since it's been around. So Bell Nation, thank you so much for appreciating the Cheesy Gordita Crunch. And there is something different about the Cheesy Gordita Crunch. You know what I mean? McDonald's has the Big Mac. Burger King has the Whopper. And honestly, I'd say Taco Bell has the Cheesy Gordita Crunch. Nothing is more iconic now than the Cheesy Gordita Crunch.
Every company has their pioneer, that has that one item that really changed the game. And I think that the Cheesy Gordita Crunch will go down as like Taco Bell's Big Mac.
Yeah.
Taco or Burger King's Whopper. I think those are very, very apt comparisons to the magnitude that we can experience from the Cheesy Gordita Punch and this small, pathetic, tiny little slice of our lives.
Yeah.
Tiny, pathetic.
Jordan, do you have anything else to add?
I mean, just listen to the emotion in that quote. I mean, there is so much passion in this item. I mean, there are few things that create this kind of sentiment. Okay, there are a few things that make you feel this way. When your children are born, right?
Yeah.
When when you win, your big prize.
When you buy a house.
Maybe
when you get
buy a house.
When you get that promotion at your job, that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's when you taste the Cheesy Gordita Crunch. and it eclipses all of those things combined.
Yeah, it does. It does. It really
does.
does.
So that is that's what the Cheesy Gordita Crunch does.
Yeah.
For folks, and we're happy to talk about it.
Some people are excited about going to Mars, going to the moon. Me, I'm gonna stay right here because this is where the Cheesy Gordita Crunch is.
Now,
I want to stay right here.
Before we end the show, I just wanted to say that we heard a lot of people, like a Bell Nation reached out to us about our last episode about the Taco Bell beef. And I just want to say thank you to all of the Taco Bell employees, the frontline workers there who had reached out and sent us pictures of their meat.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm talking about their Taco Bell meat. We got so many pictures.
Yeah, thanks for that. More pictures of your meat, please.
Yes.
More than welcome.
Yeah, no, and again, of course, we know that it's real beef. But thank you for sending us those pictures. And again, if you want to be a special insider for the Cheesy Gordita Bunch, we'll even give you a cool ass nickname. Just hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Let us know, and yeah, we'll keep you fully anonymous.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Bell Nation. It's been a pleasure, a treat to take you through this whirlwind of an episode, and we can't wait to talk about our next item on next week's show, which will be a surprise, right?
Yeah.
So keep listening, find out. Follow me on Instagram, Devin P Hanley, and thanks for listening, Bell Nation.
Signing off, it's your boy, Jordan. We love you. Keep tuning in, having fun with us, and enjoying the show. We love you. Follow your boy on Instagram, YABOI112, and let's get it.
Yeah, and follow me on Instagram at CheesyGorditaNick. Follow our page on Instagram. We have some really good memes, and we have some good memes coming up.
The memes are gold, y'all. I'm telling you.
Yeah, there is a void of good Taco Bell memes. All right, go to our
Big
Instagram,
facts.
and you will see a gold mine of good Taco Bell memes to share to your grandma, to your grandpa, to your aunts. They'll all
your
love
children.
It. Yeah, your children. Yeah.
To your uncles, to your nephews, to your cousins.
Yeah.
You can even share them with your other 6 personalities.
Yeah.
There you go.
No problem.
Yeah. But thank you again, Bell Nation, so much. And remember, Viva Cheesy Gordita Bunch.
Holla.
This show is made possible thanks to listeners like you. For more great Cheesy Gordita Bunch content, follow us on social media. And if you'd like to support the show and hear exclusive bonus content, subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/Cheesy Gordita Bunch.